Okay.
Okay, thank you. So, as you can see, we have an extra member of class today. Today is homeschooling. It's around 1 o'clock, but we are behind on schedule a little bit today. So as we're falling behind and trying to catch up to the schedule, we're working with what we got. This is Sage, Starla, and River. Starla?
And remember to like this video, subscribe, and share, and comment down below what you thought of it.
Thank you. This video is about month 3, what to expect after a forced economic shutdown. And at the end of the day, this is worst case scenario. If I'm hoping that things get started within the next 30 to 45 days, although if it does not get started within the next 30 to 45 days, in my viewpoint, it could create a chain reaction and create a butterfly effect. And at some point today, we might be talking about the butterfly effect. So guys, we were, just to recap, month 1, do you remember?
Yes.
Just one quick one?
There's gonna be some disbelief.
Okay.
There's gonna be people kind of thinking it might get better.
Okay. Month 2, do you remember?
There's gonna be bartering.
Okay. Possible bartering.
Month 3?
Month 2.
Month 2 is gonna be people, I think, probably stocking up.
Maybe trying to stock up a little bit more, and also maybe running out of a little bit of money if we don't get the system going, because a lot of people most people are living month to month on checks. They don't have a savings going. So month 3 now, which is, month 3 is actually, in my consideration, getting into one of the orange zone, maybe even starting to touch into the red. Why is that? Why do you think that is? One of the, everyone's stocking up, stores running out of food. What is one of those supplies that is really important?
Well, food and water, and there's only so much food and water to go around.
Okay, food, water. What's the next thing on that list that's important?
Medicine?
Great job, medicine. That's exactly the one I was searching for. So food, water, medicine. Three basic things. You could also include shelter in there as being and we'll just combine water and food together. So we'll just make it food and water, nutrition, medicine, and shelter as being the 3 most important things that are going to be happening. So month 3. So month 3, medicine. We only have about 30 days of medicine in the supply system. So right now, if I'd already just had a conversation with one of the VA, and them getting reports about everything being bought up, even all the way down to Tylenol. And remember, we're creating a panic situation. Is this panic absolutely necessary? We'll see. We'll actually see the count, the metrics when it's all over, and we measure how many people died, how many people got sick, and be able to compare it to what we actually know. Although for right now, medicine, a lot of people are talking about ventilators, a lot of people are talking about masks, a lot of people are talking about those things, but I don't think a lot of people are talking about antidepressants and those types of medicines, because we've had everyone take time off, and there's people, truckers, everything's basically getting shut down and everything's getting bought out at the end of month 1, when everything pretty much in a sense gets bought up and we're having a supply chain issue. Maybe not a supply issue, we're talking about a supply chain issue, maybe a supply issue, we don't know. We're not going to know exactly till later, but maybe we have one of these things and it's starting to create a ripple effect or a butterfly effect. Guys, you know what a butterfly effect is?
Yeah.
What is it?
One small thing can change everything, and the reason it's called the butterfly effect is because it's like a butterfly, something even as small as a butterfly could change something huge.
Exactly what he said. Just because a butterfly flaps its wings on one side of the world, and a hurricane starts on and a hurricane is created on the other side. Basically, China, the butterfly starts by a panic happening, and China deciding to shut down its economy. That might not be a big deal because it was just China. China shut it down. But when the rest of the world follows suit, and we have a world economy, and a world economy is basically where we're all tied together. China might be the core body. The United States might be the legs. Italy might be an arm. You get my point. We're all different attachments or ligaments of the body because we're all tied together. When China flaps its wings as being a butterfly and shuts down, and the rest of the world follows suit, creating this panic experience, well, at the end of the day, what's going to be the actual hurricane? We don't actually know yet because we're going through the entire process right now, and we're just in the midst of it. And hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully we get the things going back within 30 to 45 days. But if it doesn't happen, I think it's going to create this long-term ripple effect. So, guys, medicine. We're talking about medicine being basically purchased out within the first 30 days, and then
Thought you were gonna have to do that.
if you think about it, go ahead and take action.
Okay.
Okay. So empower your children as well. If they see something or they acknowledge, say, hey, I was thinking about that. We need leaders. We need leaders and followers, and they need to understand how to implement different roles at different times. So at that time, I'm teaching her how to be able to just take action, versus other times maybe ask for permission. So medicine gets bought out, and we have a supply chain issue. Antidepressants, people will begin to run out of their antidepressants at the end of month 2. So that's the beginning of month 3. Maybe they have another few more weeks because they have some stashed around, or they get a supply drug, or they find a supplement, a street drug to wean off some of the effects. So what happens when you fall off your medications? What do you think?
Well,
People
they can kind of go crazy.
Okay, might go crazy.
They might act weird or
They might lash out.
They might lash out.
They might, I don't know, maybe do suicide or try to kill themselves.
Might have suicide. Might try to kill themselves. But exactly real life experiences. You remember in the Batman show with Joker and that whole thing where they jump out, they come out of the loony bin.
No.
And everyone goes crazy. Okay. Anyways. That's seriously, from my experience, exactly what the kids described. That's exactly what I experienced being in the military with the 212 Pararescue. Going in and seeing a couple different experiences where people fell off their meds. One gentleman, he fell off his meds. He was hanging himself with a chain, and we had to take the weight off of him by pulling up on his legs while the other people helped bring him down. And in the other situation, a woman attacked me with a 2-inch blade. 6 hours later, after they got on their meds, they had no recollection what they had actually did, and that's what the scary part is. Is in month 3 is the falling off of their meds and the withdrawal portion. So it's the withdrawal that might be a concern, because when it's a withdrawal, people might have seizures. They might vomit. They might just go through a whole series of detox symptoms, and when that happens, they need extra attention. And if it's just you and another person, well, your attention might be needed in another place, especially in month 3 and month 4, as me considering being one of the most dangerous times if everything really goes south. If you're having to deal with someone that's detoxing or going through withdrawals, and they're taking your attention away from security or just fortifying or just keeping alert, or maybe you just have kids and you just got to pay attention to them. Dealing with a withdrawal patient is not going to be fun at this time, and that's what's going to be happening. Also, dealing with someone that might be suicidal and them being around your kids, and you might have kids. You might have to make that hard choice on saying, listen, I'm dealing with a person that's going through withdrawals and they're falling off their meds, and I know that if they fall off their meds, they might get suicidal and they might have some really unhealthy thoughts. And I have kids to be concerned about. I might have a brother, a sister, someone else that you have to protect, and you might have to take some of those things into consideration. And I'm not trying to instill fear in you. I want to bring some awareness because I want to bring some solutions to you in this situation to help fix the problem. So guys, what do you think is something that you could do to fix the problem? If you know this is going to happen, and right now we're talking about this week 2 from week 2 from March 10th, and this problem might occur within 2.5 months from now, or 2.5 months from now. What do you think you can do to prepare for it?
Maybe
Ration.
Right there, great job. What else?
Maybe like call a family member to help.
Okay, both of those things are absolutely great suggestions. Bring awareness to the problem to the people around you, saying, "Hey, listen, if this I on medications, I'm a diabetic, I am on a street drug, and I need to get cleaned up as soon as possible." That exactly what she just started. Starla brought it up. Bring awareness to the situation, and what River just said, ration. If you are someone that is an alcoholic and you go through withdrawals, that's not fun. Any substance, coffee, anything else, any of those things. If you need this thing, or you think you need this thing, you might want to ration, because we want to get to 180 days. After 180 days, if things don't break out to all-out war, there's some level of normalcy of you being able to get your supply or get your fix of whatever it is might come back to normal. You being able to reconnect to your connections. But in that time, ration. So if you're on a pharmaceutical drug and you know this right now, you might want to start breaking your pills in half. And because if you only have a 1 month supply, if you break it in half, if you break it in half and take a half pill a day, well, now you have 2 months supply. Or if you break it in half, you have a 1 month supply, and then the next half you kind of take it one every other day, to which you extend it further. And now what you're doing is you're weaning yourself off, and then you do it again and again, and before you know it, you have 3 months and then 4 months supply. And it goes the same way with coffee, cigarettes, cannabis, tobacco, street drugs, everything. If you have a situation and you know of this and you bring awareness to the situation, inform someone that is not going to judge you, because you don't want to go through a depressed situation and you don't want to be going through battling depression and going through battling withdrawals. You need to have someone that's going to encourage you, especially while you know what you have to do to be a healthy person for the people around you. So 2 great suggestions: ration and inform someone that trusts you. Inform someone that you trust, that's hopefully not judgmental, or is going to be as supportive as possible. It could be a mom, a grandmother, girlfriend, brother, sister. Just not going to be judgmental, or at least judgmental as possible. So medicines. What other things do you think can happen in month 3? People are running out of meds. What do you think's happening in food?
It's running low.
Okay, month 3 is we're going back over here to food and water. Most people are not used to rationing, so the stuff is beginning to run out. So they're not just dealing with people that are falling off some level of meds or some level of coffee, just some level of withdrawals, which will have dehydration. Other things are going to set in. But they're also going to be dealing possibly with hunger, which is also an addiction as well for a lot of us. We're so used to just being able to click our Uber app and food come to us. But when there is shortages, not because of a food shortage, but because of a supply chain shortage and a panic shortage, or because of a supply chain issue and a panic issue, we end up still having a food shortage issue. So even though food might be locked up in a in a distribution center, people aren't showing up to work. People end up getting fired. Let's say people are, because a month 2 people are running out of food, and they don't have a job. Maybe people are being kicked out of their home. So instead of showing up to work, they're being forced to move. Who knows what might happen, which creates further ripples that butterfly effect. So, and we just talked about shelter. Shelter could potentially start getting endangered. I talked to you last month, on the last video, about not being totally concerned about it, because if you are following the law, there is a few months eviction processes. Courts are beginning to shut down for a month here, a month there, so the eviction process can't get started. And also, someone that owns a home, they have 12 months before foreclosure it gets enacted. They have more than enough time, and probably some bailout's going to happen. And then people that have large investments, you know, like everyone else, if you have large amount of money, there's going to be a stimulus package or a bailout package for you. So just when you have the money, hire a lawyer and hire a lawyer and educate yourself around this process so that you are infused with the money necessary so that you're not losing your investment as well. We already know the game plan because we've went through bubbles before. Guys, do you guys know what hyperinflation or a bubble is?
No.
Okay, so we'll stop there. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And Starla?
Like this video, please.
River?
Subscribe and comment below what you thought of it.
Guys, where's the enthusiasm?
I had Susan.
Subscribe!
Okay, thank you.
I said like